What's up, YouTube? Dan from Sierra Coast Training Group here, and today we're going to show you how to make your very own homemade DIY 2-point sling. If you've seen my Milsom West video, you know that I made a homemade sling to go out there to take to Milsom West. I've been making these things for a while now, and today I'm going to show you how to make one for yourself. I've been out playing a lot recently, and I've seen everything on the field from Captain No Slings to fucking like shoulder bag straps to 3-point tangled messes of garbage. I'm a fan of 2-point slings used the right way, so today we're going to show you how to make one and a little bit about how to use it effectively. So let's jump into it and see what we got here. Now, before we get into this, I'm not going to say that this is something that you have to do. There's a ton of companies out there that make really good slings. VTAC slings are awesome. Vickers slings are awesome. LBX slings are fucking fantastic for the cost. All the way up to like Haley Strategic slings, which are great, but you know, I don't really feel like shelling out $100 for a sling. If you're going to do that, I'm not going to tell you not to fucking do it, but if you want to spend $10 and then have a legit sling that doesn't fucking suck, this might be the way to go. All the hardware that's done on all these slings is bought from Mil-Spec Monkey's website for no shit like $10, right around what a pack of California cigarettes cost now. We're going to make one for one of my guns. These are some that already have them. This guy right here, the MP5, has the 2-point sling on it, which is the same hardware as all the other ones with the HK clips up front, the Alice spring-loaded cam buckles, tri-glides, but for the back of this one, it's just woven directly into the stock. For the Milsom West gun, the ERG here has a single-point sling attachment already built into the back of the receiver here, the front of the buffer tube, and I have another HK clip connected to the single-point sling attachment up front. So today, we're going to make one for another ERG, because I like that ERG so much I had to get another one. The CQB version. CQB version needs a sling. Let's knock this shit out. Alright, shit that you're going to need. You're going to need these HK snap hooks, 2 of them, or 1 of them, and a QD Sling swivel mount, if that's what you're going to use. You're going to need 3 tri-glides or ladder locks. For this one, I'm going to use ladder locks, but it doesn't really make a difference. Then you're going to need 1 spring-loaded cam buckle. These are the things that you can salvage off of like old Alice packs and shit like that. This shit you can get off of Mil-Spec Monkey's website for like $10. Additionally, you're going to need a little bit of paracord, not nearly this much, some skizzers, a lighter. I find Gorilla Tape works best for the security device when you're all done, but whatever other tape you feel works best and is going to hold, and then obviously your nylon webbing, which is going to be your sling. I got this guy from the fabric store by my house, but you can get whatever else you want to use. I've used truck ties and a bunch of other stuff, but this is just a piece of nylon webbing. Make sure it's not cotton and make sure it's relatively smooth so the spring-loaded cam buckle will be able to slide up and down. So take your nylon webbing here and cut about 8 inches or so of it off. You can just go ahead and eyeball it. So take about 8 inches of the nylon webbing and snip that shit. Take the 8 inches of nylon that you just cut and weave it through the ladder lock and the QD mount or the HK clip, whichever one you're going to use. Once you're done with that, it should look something like this. So take the other end of your spring-loaded cam buckle, the flat end, so that the arrow, the pointy side, is facing away from where you're going to thread this. Run it through there to the back side here, and then thread it back on itself. All right, boom, you got all your bullshit threaded through. Should look something like that. All right, you're going to have a little tail hanging off the end. So just go ahead and tape that down. Or, you know, you don't have to. The centrifugal force is holding it in place, but I always tape it down just because I don't like loose threads. So just go ahead and use your Gorilla Tape and tape that down. So when I cut the Gorilla Tape, I cut a length of it and then I cut it into strips to try to take up less real estate. So when you're done with the little back end, it should look like so. So next step, before you move on to anything else, take this small sliver of paracord, cut about, I don't know, say another 8 inches or so off that guy. Run it through the little hole on the spring-loaded cam buckle. Tighten a fucking knot. Alright, once you got your paracord knotted onto the end of it, I always just fuse the ends with a lighter. So that's literally all you need the paracord for right there. You can take the rest of your paracord and chuck it for now. So literally take the long side, the only other side that you have left, run it through the spring-loaded cam buckle from the front, where the pointed side is, underneath, up through the other side, the slot on the other side, and then back underneath itself here. And this is going to give you your adjustable tension for your sling. And then take your last 2 ladder locks and your HK clips and do the same thing to the back end. Oh yeah, when you put your ladder locks on the back end, make sure you put those on first before you loop it over the HK clip. Just makes everything a hell of a lot easier. So you got your ladder locks on the nylon webbing. Thread the HK clip on there. And then, again, just weave that shit back through itself. So now, here's your sling. You're going to have a tail at the bottom of the ladder locks. Tape that down the same way you did the front. And you're going to have a tail coming out of the spring-loaded cam buckle. You can leave the tail if you want to. I don't like it. I tape this down. However, I don't tape it to the actual sling itself. What I do is I create a loop with this Gorilla Tape, which I'm going to show you how to do right now. So you take your Gorilla Tape that I've already cut into strips here. Further cut that guy into strips. So we'll say like 2. Wrap one of these strips over the very end of the tail here. Take another one of these strips, and we're going to loop it sticky side out over the top of both buckles, or both strips of webbing. So onto the first row of Gorilla Tape from the inside, and then back over itself to the outside. Don't worry, this will make sense in a minute. Take one final strip of Gorilla Tape, this being this guy right here, and then we clean up the sticky shit. So this will secure your tail to the first row of nylon so it's not flopping all over the goddamn place. Well, there you have it. A legit 2-point sling that doesn't fucking suck. QD Sling attachment point up front. Single point sling attachment at the rear of the buffer tube already built onto this gun. I usually run it around my neck as opposed to a neck and an arm, just so I can get more mobility with it, but it works just like a standard 2-point sling where you can drop the gun and not bang yourself in the testes, or you know, go hands off and give somebody the finger or whatever. You can use it to stabilize your shooting platform like any other 2-point sling. If you need to give yourself some more real estate so it's too tight, you grab that little paracord loop that you put on the spring-loaded cam buckle, push forward, and then you can go ahead and do your shoulder transitions or whatever, if you want to apply left-handed, if you're right-handed, or vice versa. To cinch back up on the tension, grab the actual band of nylon itself and just tug it. Super comfortable. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope it's helpful. You want your gear to work for you, not the other way around. The last thing you want is to be out there, getting the trigger time and then fighting with your sling to get shit done. I have these slings now, the DIY ones, on my airsoft guns as well as my real guns. They've seen a lot of abuse and they haven't failed me once, so I highly encourage you to give this option a try. Once again, I hope you enjoyed the video. We got some other stuff in the pipe coming up, and we'll see you again soon. Till next time.